thing I want to get into here, guys, and I'll start with you, Max. Who needs to be the best second-half player in the East? Obviously, we know how tight this race is.
The answer is Ben Simmons, actually, because they got to knock Indianapolis. They got to knock Indy out of the top 4. The problem that the Sixers have is they have a team that looks like it could get to the finals and give Golden State some run, right? But their kryptonite, as you said last year, that the Cavs were Toronto's kryptonite, the Sixers' kryptonite seems to be the Celtics, Stephen A. They do not want to see Boston in the first round. They better replace Indianapolis in Indy in the first 4, so they don't have to face. Indy's got to be 5, and they got to be in the top 4, so that they don't have to face Boston number 1. And Ben Simmons is the Embiid's balling. These other guys are balling. Ben Simmons needs to ball.
You know what? That's a good choice. I don't mind that, but my answer would be Kawhi Leonard. We've got expectations for Toronto. We all had them in the conference finals. Milwaukee has come out of nowhere. Indiana is relevant even without Oladipo, and we don't anticipate that will be sustainable. But we got to recognize game when we're seeing it right now. And Nate McMillan, as far as I'm concerned, is my coach of the year. When you look at Toronto, they've been winning games without Kawhi Leonard in the lineup. And when he's there, he performs, but there's something missing in terms of, you know what I'm seeing from Kawhi Leonard right now, Max? I'm seeing a slightly better version than DeMar DeRozan. We talked about Kawhi Leonard being one of the top 3 players in all of basketball. I need him to resemble that in order for Toronto to have that chance that you gave them to come out of the East. Because Nick Nurse, what he's done on several occasions this year, he said, here, Kawhi, here's the ball, close. A couple of times he did it, a few other times he didn't. But they found themselves in situations where they're clearly saying, you're the man. He wants to, whether you want to stay in Toronto or leave for L.A., whatever the case may be. Masai made these moves to try and win a championship, come out of the Eastern Conference. You can't do that unless Kawhi plays like a superstar. He needs to be the best in the second half.
First of all, I kept calling them Indianapolis because I'm thinking of the Colts. Indiana, obviously, the Indiana Pacers. Kawhi has lost his position in the league a little bit because it was LeBron, KD, Kawhi as the 3 best wing-type players. He's been passed by the Greek freak in the East this year, and actually Paul George has had a better season than Kawhi, too, and given age and everything, Kawhi's position among the stars in the NBA, where I thought he might be as high as the 2nd best player in the league, at this moment, I don't think that.
Yeah, same here. Feelings mutual. That's why I mentioned it. But they ain't coming out of the East unless he does.